Hello, welcome to your restorative practice. For the practice today, make sure that your mat is against the wall. We will be doing legs up the wall within the practice. So it'll be helpful to have that additional prop ready to go for you. Again, with restorative, we will need a couple props to help us with the practice. So we will need a bolster. If you don't have a bolster, a couch cushion will work, or a sizable pillow of similar size and dimensions will work. You'll need a folded blanket or a towel, as well as 1 to 2 blocks. And if you don't have a block, you can always use a book. So let's go ahead, let's get started. So grabbing the blanket, let's bring it onto the mat about 3/4 of the way, and then let's bring the bolster perpendicular to the folded blanket about a couple inches away, and you might have to adjust it depending on sizing and distancing as we move forward. So come to sit on the heels, and the tops of the feet are going to be resting on the folded blanket. We're going to grab our bolster and we're going to bring it up against the thighs. So the corners of the bolster are going to intersect about midway up the thigh. From here, sit up nice and tall, roll the shoulders back, tuck the chin in slightly. Inhale. And then as you exhale, walk the hands up the bolster and bring the arms on either side of the bolster, gently resting the right or the left ear on the bolster. The elbows are bent here, the hands are resting, the forearms are resting on the mat. And as with every other restorative practice that we do, I will keep the time and let you know when it is time to transition to the next posture. So feel free to settle in here into this posture. Close your eyes maybe. Engaging in that 3-part breath, breathing deeply into the belly. Feel the back of the lungs. Feel the back of the body expand with each inhalation, and then draw out each exhalation. And just welcoming yourself to this moment in time, welcoming yourself to your practice, letting go of any to-do lists or any activities that you were completing before you got here, and letting go of any to-do lists or activities that you need to do after this practice. So just welcoming and being present in the moment. taking a deep breath here, coming back. We're going to transition to the next posture. So slide the palms to come under the shoulders and press into the palms gently so that the torso rises, and walk the hands back on top of the bolster until you come back into an upright posture. Excellent. From here, let's remove the bolster from the mat for now. And I'm just going to actually put it on this side. There we go. Grabbing your folded blanket, put it up against the wall. And then come to sit. And again, you can sit on the right side. You can sit with your right side of your body close to the wall, or you could, sit with your left arm close to the wall. There's no right or wrong here. Either way will work. You want your knees bent so that the soles of the feet are on the earth, placing your palm. So if you're like me with your right arm close to the wall, placing your left palm on the mat, you're going to slide that palm up the spine of your mat, and as you lower the torso, you're going to lift the legs up the wall like so. Okay? Then you might have to kind of wiggle here and adjust the torso so that you are straightened a little bit more on your mat. So your tailbone should be sitting on top of the blanket. Bend the knees so that the soles of the feet are touching the wall. And from here, you can sort of shimmy your way closer to the wall if you would like. So maybe you can recruit the arms here to help push the sit bones closer to the wall here. But if you have tight hamstrings, I would caution you to see what it feels like to first straighten the legs. So when we straighten the legs, the feet are going to be flexed here, I should say, and the legs will be straightened. And see how it feels first, having just even if it's a couple of inches from the wall. And then if you desire to be closer, to have the legs a little straighter, then go ahead and bend the knees, pressing the soles of the feet into the wall, lifting the tailbone, and adjusting yourself closer to the wall. And then once you kind of feel like you're in a good place, flex the feet. And then you can rest the arms on the belly, or you can bring the arms out to the sides with the palms facing up, or if you want the palms to be facing down. There's no right or wrong here. It's whatever feels good to you today. So we want the feet flexed here. We want the knees to be comfortable, the back of the hamstrings to be comfortable. Tuck the chin in slightly to elongate the back of the neck, and settle in here. Maybe close the eyes. Again, engaging in that 3-part breath, breathing deeply into the belly. Feel the diaphragm and the belly expand. And exhale. Feel free to close your eyes. I will keep track of the time, and I'll let you know when we're ready to transition to our next posture. This posture is excellent if you're having a headache or a migraine. It helps alleviate those symptoms. It's also excellent for the heart chakra, as we are sort of in an inversion here, right? With the legs being skyward. So more of the blood is coming towards the torso to replenish the heart and the brain. So breathing in light and love. Restorative yoga is very counterintuitive to our daily lives, especially here in the West, where we are expected to go, go, go. So this practice teaches us to be in the moment, to slow down, and it has countless benefits. So I hope you enjoy the practice today. Coming back, let's point and flex the feet a couple times, maybe even alternate pointing and flexing the feet if you want a little challenge. Excellent. From here, see if you can bring the soles of the feet to touch, and you can leave the feet here. Or if you want to slide them down the wall like so, you can do so. If you feel you want a support here, you can always bend your elbows and support the knees with the hands. If you're looking for something else and you have your blocks handy, you can always grab a block. You can always grab a block like so, and place it on either side to support the legs. So whatever you have here to work with, but settling in and trying to keep the soles of the feet touching in this inverted butterfly posture. Okay, and we don't need the legs or the feet to be super close to the torso here. This is fine as well. And then bringing the blocks or the hands to support is fine. Feeling a gentle stretch in the groin, perhaps even engaging with your root chakra here. If you're using any blocks, simply remove them to the sides. Grab the knees with the hands and close the knees like a book. Hug the knees in. Maybe even bring the forehead close to the knees and around the spine a bit. And then roll either to the right or to the left side. And then press up to come and sit. Excellent. Great job. And let's come onto all fours in a tabletop position for a moment here. And so just checking alignment, we want the fingers fanned out. We want the wrists under the shoulders, the knees under the hips. Looking at your mat. And let's do 5 cat-cows. Very slowly here, very mindfully. So we're gonna drop the belly. Gaze goes up, so look up. Inhale. Exhale, pressing the mat away from you with your palms round the spine as if to touch your spine to the roof overhead. Exhale. Inhale, drop the belly, roll the shoulders back, look up. Exhale, rounding the spine. Couple more times. Inhale, looking up, drop the belly. Exhale, pressing the mat away from you, rounding through that spine. Inhale, drop the belly, look up. Exhale, round. And last set. Inhale, drop the belly, look up. Exhale, rounding through that spine, pressing the mat away from you. Bring the spine to neutral. Cross the ankles behind you and come to sit in a Sukhasana easy posture. Excellent. Sitting up nice and tall, and here you might want to sit on a folded blanket or a block or even your bolster. We just want to make sure that we're comfortable in our seat, number one. And number two, we want to make sure our knees aren't crunched up like this. We want to make sure that the knees are situated below the hips. Excellent. Maybe rock a little forward, a little back. Sit up nice and tall, roll the shoulders back, tuck the chin in slightly, close the eyes. Crown of the head rises. The palms are flat on the knees. Excellent. And just take a moment here to observe the breath or any sounds that might exist in the room. As you inhale, make a big circle with the arms, palms touch overhead, and then exhale, draw the palms down the midline to your heart center. And just take a moment here of gratitude for this practice, for the universe, for each other, anything that draws your mind or your attention. Just take a moment here. Maybe even close the eyes. Excellent. All right, fluttering the eyes open. Make a fist with the hands, so interlace the fingers, and then we're just going to make an infinity sign with the hands here. So just drawing a little infinity symbol in front of you. And then let's reverse the drawing of the infinity symbol. Just moving the wrists a little bit, that can be a neglected area. And we always want to kind of move those joints and those ligaments in the wrist because we use our hands and our wrists quite a bit, especially if you sit at a desk for 8 hours a day, typing or anything like that. So we just want to keep that fluid kind of moving in the wrists. Shake the hands out, side to side, up and down, whatever feels good here. Excellent. Okay, so grabbing one of your blocks, place it towards the top of your mat, and we're gonna grab our bolster and we're gonna put it horizontally in the middle of the mat, and grab your folded blanket or towel, place it at the top of your mat. Now, come to sit in sort of a mermaid posture. So, move the bolster. So one knee on top, stacked on top of the other knee. So right now I'm sitting on my right hip, basically, and my right hip is up against the bolster here. Placing the right hand firmly on the bolster, slide that hand down and grab your block. Place the block in the right hand and inhale the left hand up and over to rest on the block. Now here we have some options if you want to feel more of a stretch here. So the options are you can lower the standing of the block. So this would be the highest setting. This would be more of a medium setting. And then if you really want to just lie the block flat for the lowest setting, resting it between the palms like so. And then if you're still looking for more depth here in this posture or in this stretch, then slide the left knee out so that the left knee comes to rest against the sole of the right foot. So sort of fanning the legs out just a little bit, and then you'll feel more of a stretch in the left side of the body here. So, but as always, you want to respect your body's boundaries. You want to honor that, honoring yourself, honoring your body's boundaries. So feel free to try it, see how it feels. But then if it's too much or it feels uncomfortable for any reason, then I would advise you to take that step back. And then just relax here into this posture. Close your eyes. Enjoying the gentle stretch into the left side of the body. Always remember to stay connected to your 3-part breath. Breathing deeply into the belly. We may hold a posture for an extended period of time, but we never want to hold the breath. Coming back, if you had extended that left knee to meet the right foot, then stack both knees back on top of each other. So stacking the left knee back on top of the right. Knees are bent here. Removing the block to the side. Bringing the left palm to rest on top of the bolster in front of your heart, and turning the right palm to gently rest on the earth. Inhale and press into that left palm, sliding the right hand towards the torso until you come back up into that half mermaid pose. Okay, from here let's do the other side. So grab your block, move it to the other side of your mat so it's handy. And we're just going to turn the body to the other side. Again, knees are bent here, sort of in a mermaid posture, or mermaid seat, if you will. So this time the right knee is stacked on top of the left. We have the left hip sitting up against the bolster. And then placing the left hand on the bolster, slide that hand up the mat, turn the palm up, placing the block into the left hand, inhale the right arm up, and then over to gently rest on the block. And whatever you did on the other side, try to see if you can mirror the same on this side, just for balance and equanimity. However, if anything hurts or you're feeling any pushback, then just honor and respect where your body is for today, and just make sure to readjust accordingly. So, for example, if you held the block on the highest setting in the last posture, then start from here. However, if you held it in the lowest setting, start from here, and then feel free to go to level 2 or level 3 if there's any discomfort. We never want to have discomfort in our postures. And again, if you had the left knee pressed against the right sole of the foot, then just simply slide that right knee to meet the sole of the left foot. Both knees are going to be bent here, creating a little windmill effect in the legs. And then just breathe here, close the eyes, feeling that gentle stretch into the right side of the body. Stack the right knee on top of the left knee. Remove the block. Bringing the right hand in front of the heart space on the bolster. Turning the left palm to gently rest on the folded blanket. As you inhale, press into that right palm and come back up to a seated posture. Excellent, great job. Okay, from here, I want to sort of flip the bolsters position and the folded blankets position. And then come to sit on the folded blanket and just swing the legs on top of the bolster like so, and drag that bolster or shimmy it close to your sit bones. You want the heels of your feet to rest gently on the mat here. On the mat here. Grabbing your blocks, just make sure you have both of them handy. Okay. All right, grab one block and just kind of place it between the knees here on top of the bolster. We're gonna come into a forward fold. So just to kind of counteract and balance from the legs up the wall that we did earlier, it's always good to forward fold. All right, so inhale, reach the arms up overhead and feel the torso rising from your seat, from your sit bones. Crown of the head also rises here. Exhale, hinge from the hips and come forward. And then from here, pending your comfort level, you're going to bring your third eye, or the space between your eyebrows, to the block here. So you might need it on the highest setting. You might need 2 blocks here in order to feel comfortable, and you may end up holding the blocks if you have 2 just for stability. So I encourage you to test your boundaries, find what works here for you. And so bringing that third eye to the block, and then resting your hands. If you need to hold the blocks to feel secure, hold it. Or if you want to rest your hands on your shins or on top of the toes or on your ankles, whatever works here for you. And feel free to play with the level of the block, just to see if you can maybe move yourself a little deeper into the posture. But again, always, always, always want to honor where you are today, honor your body's limitations. So, inhale, exhale, forward fold, gently resting the third eye on the block here. Again, breathing into the back of the body, breathing into the back of the lungs. Perhaps even noticing a gentle massage in the belly with each inhalation. Since we are in a forward fold, the belly is constricted from fully expanding. So the breath is going to find other pathways into the back of the lungs, into the back of the body to expand. And I'm gonna play my bowl here for you. So just close your eyes, settle in, get comfortable. From here, gently release the third eye from the block. Remove the block to the side. And then walk the hands up the legs until you come back into an upright posture. Excellent. And let's prepare the body for our final posture, Shavasana. So let's slide the bolster maybe, but we might use it. So grab your folded blanket, and I'm gonna place mine at the top of my mat because I think we should do a few stretches. So maybe bringing the bolster behind you. Okay. Swing the legs on top of the bolster as we did before, bringing the bolster close to the sit bones. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, reach the arms out and slowly lowering the spine to meet the mat. Excellent. And you want to be gentle here with your body. Okay. Bringing the soles of the feet on top of the bolster. See if you can grab your block for just a moment. And let's do one bridge before we go into Shavasana, yeah? So inhale, press the soles of the feet into the bolster and lift the tailbone. Exhale, slowly lower the tailbone back to the earth. Inhale, pressing the feet into the bolster, lift. And exhale, lowering the tailbone. This time grabbing your block on this setting, which I guess is the lowest setting as we talked about. And we're going to rest the tailbone on top of the block, on top of the largest face of the block. Okay? So have it ready. We're gonna slide it in when we lift. So inhale, press into the feet, lift the tailbone, sliding the block under the tailbone, slowly lower the tailbone to meet the block, and adjust as needed, resting here. And let's take a couple minutes here in this inversion. Inhaling, exhaling. Feel free to bring the hands on the belly if you want, or if you want to bring the arms out with the palms facing up. Whatever works here, there's no right or wrong. Excellent. Let's press the soles of the feet into the bolster, lift the tailbone slightly, slide the block off to the side, And then release the tailbone to the mat. Bringing the legs, bringing the knees on top of the bolster. The heels are touching the mat. Inhale, point the toes and lift the arms up and over. Take a breath here. Exhale, hug the knees into the chest and bring the forehead to the knees, round the spine. Release the head to the folded blanket and rock the body gently side to side. Knees are bent here, hugging them into the chest. And then let's make some circles with the knees in one direction, massaging through the kidneys and the adrenal glands. Just a gentle little massage here. And reverse the circling in the opposite direction. Okay, keeping the knees bent, open the arms out onto the floor to a T, placing the palms flat on the earth. Stretch the feet skyward, point and flex the feet, so maybe alternate pointing and flexing each foot. Circling the toes away from each other. And then circling them towards each other. Excellent. Hug the knees into the chest. Bring the forehead to the knees, round the spine. Release the head. Release the knees on top of the bolster. The heels are touching the mat. Open the arms out. Palms face up. Make any last minute adjustments that you might need here as we head into Shavasana. And we'll stay in Shavasana for about 10 minutes today. So relaxing the feet, relaxing the legs, relax the torso, relax the arms, relax the fingers, close the eyes. The jaw hangs very relaxed. The tongue presses to the roof of the mouth. Relax the space between your eyebrows. Relaxing the forehead. Tuck the chin in very slightly, elongating the back of the neck. Allowing any thoughts to just simply pass overhead. Staying connected to yourself, to your breath during this meditation. I will share a little poetry with you. Just keep your eyes closed, relax. As you live and as you breathe, there will be moments the earth shatters. You will crumble in the same way buildings do in earthquakes. Even if you live each day as though you were made of stone and steel, life will still break you. And suddenly you will wake up and there will be cracks in the ground beneath you. And you'll wonder how they got there and if there is any way to fill them. The truth is, we can try all we like to fill the cracks, but they will still cave in every time the earth shatters. And yet, we still build houses over fault lines. We still build cities on ground that will break. This is the same for lives. They go on even when the ground beneath us shatters. But we rebuild and we go forward because we are made to have strength. Even in the earth-breaking moments when it feels we cannot go on, our strength lies in all the cracks. By knowing this, it is how we steady the ground beneath us. It is how we go on and how we rebuild. Sometimes you just have to look at someone as though they were the only love you have ever known. And you have to carry their heart as though it were the only heart you've ever carried. Sometimes you just have to choose strength, even on the days when all the walls are caving in. And you have to wake up in the morning and choose to live as though you have never fallen. People always say that you gain strength from your first heartbreak. I think this is true. I do. But I also think you gain more strength from every heartbreak you experience after the first. Because once your heart breaks for the first time, it teaches you lessons about boundaries and the things you deserve. And you tell someone this, and you think they listen, but then they break your heart anyway. So again, you learn a new lesson. You continue this learning with every new heartbreak, And you continue growing stronger, more in tune with the way you live in the world, more in touch with what you believe love to be. Your heart grows stronger too, knowing what it wants and what it doesn't. So, you do gain strength from your first heartbreak, but I think you gain even more from the second or the third. Coming back, begin to bring movement back to the body, keeping the eyes closed, maybe wiggling the fingers, moving the toes, maybe pointing or flexing the feet, open and close the hands, stretch the jaw. Just any gentle movements that feel necessary, that feel good. If you have the bolster under your knees, feel free to bring the soles of the feet on top of the bolster and push the bolster away with the feet. Again, keeping those eyes closed to stay in those theta brainwaves just a little longer. Coming to rest on the left or the right side of the body in a fetal position. Take a deep breath in here. And an audible sigh out the mouth. Excellent. Press into the hands and come to sit in a Sukhasana, easy posture. See if you can keep your eyes closed as you do this. Inhale, make a big circle with the arms. The palms will touch overhead and tap your wrists to the crown of your head. Bring your thumbs to your third eye, and then bring your thumbs to your throat, and then bring your thumbs to your heart space. Fluttering the eyes open. Welcome back. Thank you for joining me for this practice today. Let's take a deep breath in, sitting nice and tall here. And let's close with an Om. Inhale. Take your time as you're putting away your props and stepping away from the mat to re-enter your day. Be gentle and kind with yourself. There's no need to rush. I hope you enjoyed today's practice. Please feel free to like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you liked, what you didn't like. Check out our other videos. Feel free to also support us via Patreon. Until we meet again, from my heart to yours, thank you again for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you again.